Well, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Bradley's Garage. Today we're helping a friend out with her 2009 VW Beetle. This is the Cabrio, but it doesn't matter if it's hardtop or Cabrio. They have this issue with the transmission shift indicator. This whole area gets broken out, and the little electromagnet no longer tells the computer what gear the transmission's in. So we're going to show you how to replace this and do it for the cheap. So you'll have a problem with your gear selector, the little indicator, when you go to put it into drive, basically, and then all your lights light up. Even though it goes into drive and everything still works and functions normal, the computer doesn't realize what gear you're in. So that's a clear indication that that shift indicator, the little magnet, is messed up. So let's get it replaced. All right, so the first thing we want to do is just go ahead and push the two front seats all the way back, and then we're going to access the little cover here, and we're going to pop it off. And inside you're going to find a T20. And if it falls inside there, don't worry about it. You'll be able to grab it. Okay, same thing on the driver's side. That one I was able to grab. Now we can go ahead and slide the seats forward. You can just lift them up out of the way here. Okay, you can go ahead and slide your cup holder back. And then you're just going to pop off these two little covers here. So just get a little pick tool. And then you have your same T20, two more. Okay, now you're just going to go ahead and pop off this cover. You can kind of just pull it off from the top and then lift it up. It does have a flap that's sticking down, so a lot of times they break. People that are in the back seat kick them all the time. And then you're going to have a, it's down here. You have a 13 down here that we're going to loosen up. Okay, and that basically gets our armrest out of the way and gives us the ability to lift this up. So now we're going to remove the handle. It's easier if you can just turn the key on, put it into, like neutral or drive, just so it's away, because we're going to be pulling up on this handle. And the last thing you want to do is smack your knuckle into the dash there. On her car, we realized that her little button came unglued, which is not a big deal. It doesn't fall out. It actually stays there. She never has a problem with it, but normally you can just pull on the button itself and it'll pull out. Since hers is broken, we're just going to grab it with our fingers, and then you just basically have a little pry tool there. You just want to get it separated, so you have like what it looks like about a 1/4 inch of space there. So basically this has to stay out, right? So we're just kind of use our pry tool to hold it there, and then we're going to pull up. And it does take quite a bit of force to pull up on it, so I would say, get into the seat, and like I said, use that tool to keep it open, and then you have to just pull it up. Oh, slide this down first, just so it's out of your way, and then it pulls up. And the same thing, when we go to put it on, we're going to hold it out to insert it. Okay, so put our shifter there. You can pull off the little cover, right? And then now we can't really turn the key. When you turn the key off, almost off, can't take it all the way out. As you can see, the whole magnetic piece is completely disintegrated, broken. There's probably chunks inside there. So just go ahead and pull your e-brake up as high as you can get it. The higher the better. Makes it easier to pull this up past the e-brake handle. You just want to reach down and unplug the connector for the 12 volts. Okay, and the convertible top on ours. And then you have another plug in the front as well. So we'll just go ahead and unplug that. So now our console is completely out. Set it to the side. All right, so we got the console out, and as you can see, we're just gonna go ahead and pop off the beige cover. That's just, there's little four tabs, 2 on each side. So once you get the one side off, then it should just come right off. All right, that exposes, that's just basically the plastic cover. So we can clean that up while we have it off. And then we have the electrical part, which is basically just sitting here. It's actually a little, the wire's a little tight. So you have, once again, 4 clips to pull the whole assembly off. 1, 2, and then, okay. All right, so now, how is that part on there? So it just has a little tab. So you kind of, I guess you kind of come at it at an angle. Okay, have our electronics off. And then as you can see, here's the magnetic piece that is completely messed up on ours. All right, so cut to, went to the junkyard, and we found just this piece, and we picked it up for a few dollars. This whole assembly you can buy from VW, but it's like 400 bucks. So if you have an opportunity to go to the junkyard, then you can save yourself a ton of money. So here's all the broken pieces. You know, they fall inside here. Here's part of it, and here's another piece. So you see the ribbed part goes towards the plastic. So everything's there. We'll just get a little vacuum. We'll clean it up. Maybe we'll just pop this cover off real quick just to double check there's no plastic pieces that fell inside. There's, you know, we got these things everywhere. Look at them. All the broken bits. All right, so we'll do a little cleanup, and then we'll show you the new part. All right, so like I said, you got 4 clips here. Let's get, sometimes they break because this, you know, it's brittle. As you can see, this one broke. So the good news is that we got all the pieces from the junkyard car. So like I said, I just want to double check that we don't have anything laying around in the shifter. So we haven't had any issues. It's been broken for months. So I think we're good to go. All right, so these are the pieces we got from the junkyard. This was like 10 bucks. We weren't sure if this or this was damaged, so I don't think we're gonna need to use it, so we can just leave it on standby. This is the most important part. You can see the magnets right here. That's gonna be that electromagnet sensor. So let's go ahead and get this assembled, and then we can do a quick test before we put everything together. So we clipped ours back on. It looks like we didn't grab this piece from the junkyard, so we're gonna have to be okay with the one tab missing. Still feels pretty solid. So the rib side down, magnet towards the driver's side, you can see there's a lip that's gonna ride along the edge here. And basically it just sits like that. And then we can put our top piece back on. All right, so this is just gonna snap back into place. Remember, it has the 2 in the front, and then the 2 in the back. Okay, clicked into place. Looks good. And then we're gonna go ahead and put our sensor back in position. Perfect. So then this also has the 4 clips here. So you can go ahead and clip this back on. Okay, and now what I like to do is just do a quick test. Let's go ahead, and we have it in neutral, so we can start the car. We have neutral showing up on the screen. So now, without putting the button back on, we can go ahead and just click it into drive. Now we see success. Before, as soon as we put it into drive, all the lights came on, so we knew we had an error message. So looks good.
Put it in sport. Does that work too?
Let's put it into sport. Boom.
That's manual, but okay.
We can only shift a second when sitting here. Sport, I can't put it into sport without the button on, so sorry. You You can only go neutral, drive, or manual. So everything's looking good. We got our center console all cleaned up. So let's go ahead and get it reinstalled. Just remember, you want to go all the way forward. Just get it past the e-brake. And you watch out for the seat belts. And then before you get too far along, you want to go ahead and get the plugged back in. This one I can't show you because I'm just doing it by braille, but you just got to feel the connector and until you hear the click. Same thing on the back side. Now you can kind of lift the back. You have on a convertible, you're going to have the black connector. The white connector is the 12 volts. So you kind of have to, they give you a little pigtail for the 12 volt. As you can see, it's sitting there, but for the convertible top, they don't give you anything. So that one I think is easier if you go ahead and get your hand down where the armrest goes. Get this down a little bit more. All right, so I found the hole and snap the connector in. Obviously you won't have that problem if you have a hard top. So you want to go ahead and make sure the front two clips are fully seated, and then you can kind of just wiggle it and then place it around the shift selector. Okay, everything looks good. So now we can go ahead and put our side screws in. I like to do these first just in case we accidentally drop it. Then we don't have to take anything else apart because we haven't assembled anything yet. So get that one in. I forgot to tell you, if you make sure and ratchet the seat so it's all the way at the bottom, you'll have the cleanest shot. That's what I forgot to do on the driver's side. I was having trouble. Okay, we're on the driver's side. Okay. Get it in and tighten it up. Now after you get everything tightened, you can go ahead and put your clip back in, put the top in, and snap the bottom. Same thing on this side. Put the top in, snap the bottom. Put the screws in the back. T20, of course, nothing's changed. And then we have our little caps. And you remember last time they were facing in. The holes were on the inside, so just remember to put them the right way. All right, that one's a little tough because it's the rail in there. That one is a little oblong, has a cutout, so you know it goes on the driver's side. The oval one goes on the passenger side, so that's good. So we have our center console. There's two little notches. Those line up with the two notches on the back side. So you just lay it in and get it at the right height so you can't lift up and down. And then get your bolt, your 13 started. I just threaded it in my hand, make sure we're not cross-threaded. Cinch it down, and then we can just snap our cover. Just remember, put the bottom in first. Get all the tabs lined up, and then clip it closed. Now we just cleaned up our little mat for the front. Go ahead and slide the little cover, slide that all the way down. All right, so same thing as before. You're gonna pull it out just a little bit, not too far. Otherwise you're going past the hole. So basically we're just inputting the hole in the top there. Clips on, release the button. It can push in now, and then slide up your boot. Okay, now we can check it. Make sure we're good. Like I said, your button will still be stuck on. We're gonna put a little dab of silicone on there, sort of stick the button on, but now we're good. Our lights work, PRNDS. Shift, lights looking good. Double check. We had the problem once we shifted into drive, so. All right, looks good. hopefully that helped you out with your 2006 to 2010 Beetle little auto indicator assembly there. We'll link a part number from VW for the whole assembly. It's like $400, so you're probably not going to want to get it that way. Best bet is to hit the junkyard or somebody getting rid of some parts, parting out a car. So look on the marketplace or OfferUp or something like that. Anyways, thanks again for hanging out, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.